Red lights pulse in a rain-slicked New York alley. $7 million. That is the price of his head. Every phone in the city vibrates simultaneously. The contract is open. He stands still, blood dripping from a knuckles-torn hand, staring into the eyes of a man who knows he's already dead. No words, just the heavy rhythmic breathing of a predator. 6 o'clock. The clock hits the mark. A pencil, not a gun, not a blade. A simple wooden pencil, 3 men, 1 bar. In 30 seconds, the floor is painted in a frantic, desperate red. This isn't a fight. It's a psychological masterclass in absolute presence. Reset. Look past the custom-tailored suit and the Glock 34. Go back to the quiet house, the smell of fading perfume and a puppy's whimpering. John didn't choose the darkness. He was its architect, buried under the weight of a retired life that was a lie. The psychological root? Loss. Not just of a wife, but of the only mirror that showed him a human reflection. When Iosef Tarasov broke into that house, he didn't just steal a car, he reactivated a ghost. To master the darkness, you must first understand the Baba Yaga principle. The man who has nothing to lose owns everyone who has everything to protect. Hack 1. The Law of Strategic Silence. In the 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene warns, always say less than necessary. Watch Wick. In John Wick, Chapter 2, during the entire opening sequence, he barely speaks 10 words. Silence isn't a void. It's a vacuum that pulls the opponent's insecurities into the light. When you stop talking, others start scrambling to fill the space. They leak information. They show their hand. John uses silence as a physical weight. In a negotiation, the first person to speak loses the psychological high ground. He doesn't explain his legend. He lets their fear narrate it for him. Silence is the ultimate weapon of the high-status predator. Hack 2. The anchor of focus. Transition to the continental, the gold coin. It's not currency, it's a psychological anchor. In Never Split the Difference, Chris Voss talks about creating a label. John labels his reality with a singular, unwavering objective. He doesn't try to survive. He executes a sequence. This is tactical empathy in reverse. He understands the high table's rules better than they do, using their own bureaucracy as a shield. The spike? The moment he is declared excommunicado, total isolation. 100% rejection by the world. Most men would collapse. John simply checks his watch. He decouples his emotion from the outcome. If you control your reaction to humiliation, you control the person attempting to humiliate you. Hack 3. The mirror of fear. The legendary moment. The catacombs of Rome. He is hunted by an army, yet he is the one doing the haunting. This is the shadow work mentioned in Jungian psychology. He reflects his enemy's violence back at them until they paralyze themselves. He uses pre-suasion, a concept from Robert Cialdini, to win the fight before it starts. His reputation arrives 10 minutes before he does. By the time he walks through the door, the enemy's heart rate is already at 120 beats per minute. Their adrenaline is burning their logic. He isn't fighting their bodies. He's fighting their nervous systems. But then, the downfall, the wound in his side, the exhaustion in his eyes as he falls down the steps of the Sacré-Cœur. 222 steps of pure agony. He is vulnerable. He is bleeding. He is human. This is the transformation. Dark psychology isn't about being a machine. It's about the relentless will to remain standing when the world demands you kneel. Survival is the only metric of truth. He sits on the top step, watching the sunrise over Paris. The suit is shredded. The legend is tired. The life lesson? Power isn't found in the ability to manipulate others, but in the absolute mastery of yourself. People will try to break your rules, steal your peace, and kill your hope. You don't need a hitman's skills to win. You need his focus. Be the man who can walk through the fire and come out with the same expression he went in with. Be the focus, the commitment, and the sheer will. The world is a series of contracts. Some are signed in ink, some in blood. Master the darkness, not to hurt, but to ensure that when the boogeyman comes knocking at your door, you're the one who answers with a smile, because you aren't trapped in here with them. They are trapped in here with you.